Due to the increased pace of urbanization and population growth, the need for proper sanitation facilities is felt as a vital need in today's society. At present, the most popular range of toilets in Sri Lanka are those that were introduced during the colonial era. But these systems have shown to be inadequate and unsuitable to the environment we live in today. They are not compatible with the country's weather patterns, economic, social, and geographical environment. Most of us are unaware of the environmental damage caused by the flush toilets we have been using all these years. Not only have these systems polluted our mineral water springs and contaminated the water we consume daily, they have also been the reason why we are threatened by so many water-borne diseases. Conventional toilets take a lot of time, effort, and money to build, and therefore there are several instances where toilet construction has been abandoned without being completed. Sometimes villages have no option but to use these partially built toilets. In the flush toilet system, the human urine and fecal matter that are mixed with a large quantity of water are sent into underground sewage pits. With time, this excreta gets absorbed into the soil and contaminates mineral water springs. Although Sri Lanka receives high annual rainfall, it is a known fact that its drainage systems are not adequate or well maintained. In areas where drainage is poor or where water table is high, for example, near rivers, streams and lagoons, digging a pit latrine is a risky and unpleasant task. Toilets built in this manner cause many problems such as flooding and overflowing due to the shallowness of the pit and the high level of groundwater. This occurs mostly in the wet zone of the island. In villages where people struggle to collect clean water for daily consumption, conventional flush toilets are extremely impractical because they take up a lot of water to use and to keep clean. Furthermore, the flush toilets cannot be afforded by most low-income rural families. City slum dwellers too have problems with the flush toilet system. Because of the dense population in these areas, the cesspits overflow regularly, and it is very costly to get a bowser to drain them out. Often, there is insufficient room for the bowser to reach the cesspit through the closely constructed houses. In these congested settlements, it is often difficult to maintain the mandatory 50 feet distance between the well and the toilets. Flush toilets are also not practical in areas where the terrain is rough or hard, as it's most strenuous and extra costly to dig a deep pit. The solution for all these issues is the eco-san toilet. In the flush toilet system, the human waste is mixed with a large quantity of water and sent into underground sewage pits, which in time gets absorbed into the soil. To some time, everything gets contaminated with germs, mineral water springs, our rivers, and our wells. To add to this, in many areas, these flush toilet systems are not properly inspected or monitored. As a result, children and adults in these areas often fall prey to diseases such as hepatitis, diarrhea, and dysentery. Human bodies are formed in such a way that urine and fecal matter are passed separately through different channels. This natural function of our bodies was taken into consideration when our ancestors built toilets as far back as in the 4th century BC. Relics of the Anuradhapura kingdom bear testimony to this. Archaeologists will tell you that the toilets built during these times were designed to dispose urine and fecal matter separately. Instead of sending the waste directly into the environment as a pollutant, there is evidence to show that the excreta were used for agricultural purposes after a systematic process of decomposition. Taking all these issues into consideration, Practical Action South Asia introduced these villages to unique, cost-effective and environmentally friendly toilets while helping them rebuild their lives after the tsunami in 2004. Of the environmentally friendly sanitation options, the eco-san toilet was given prominence during this initiative. The toilets introduced by Practical Action resolve many of the problems and shortcomings of a conventional flush toilet. What is special about this system is that it separates urine and fecal matter that is disposed from the human body. The excreta are not released directly into the ground. The fecal matter is sent to a tank constructed above the ground. When ash is added, it dehydrates the fecal matter and gradually composts it. It also helps to null the stench and acts as a disinfectant, composting and disinfecting effects of ash. And because the air that comes through the toilet cell dries the feces even more, after a period of time, the solid waste composts 100% and turns into a germ-free nutritional manure. If ash cannot easily be found, it can be replaced by sand or sawdust. In this manner, it is possible to produce healthy, stench-free and more pest-resistant manure from eco-toilets. When compared to conventional toilets, the manufacturing cost, maintenance and building time of the eco-toilets are far less. Furthermore, emptying the compost manure every 2 years from an eco-toilet cell is much less unpleasant than draining out wet sewage regularly from a septic tank. Before embarking on the eco-toilet project, it was essential to meet with the people and health authorities of the area to discuss issues, answer their queries and educate them on the eco-toilet technology. This is a very important step because the new sanitation system that is being introduced is a community-based and community-managed one. Also, in order to scale up the eco-toilet model in other areas of the country, it is necessary to train a team of masons who can build the toilets. With this objective in mind, 100 masons have been selected from various districts of the country and are being trained in eco-san toilet construction. When a new toilet is being built, members of the household are consulted and the location of the toilet, the direction it faces, etc. are decided according to their preference. After all these details are finalized, the plan is set in motion and the masons arrive on the scene to begin work. The masons work together and clarify doubts during the building process. This collaborative approach helps them get the work done better and quicker. From the moment the work began, it was interesting to see the team spirit growing among the masons as they all strive towards achieving one goal. Once they learned and understood the new design, the team did not find it difficult to complete the unit as they all had knowledge of basic masonry. The entire floor area of the toilet is 4.5 feet by 5.5 feet. The foundation is laid by using raw material that is readily available in the village itself. In areas with high water retention levels, it is necessary to add a layer of concrete to the foundation. The foundation must be able to accommodate 2 storage sections or cells like these. Another important factor is to get the participation of public health inspectors and representatives of the National Water Supply and Drainage Board in this kind of project. Here we see the foundation being laid for a double-cell eco-toilet. Above the foundation, a layer of bricks is laid in order to absorb the moisture. The walls of the cells are built on this. While the walls are being put up, the iron mesh is being prepared to be used for the concrete seal that covers the two cells. Once the brick walls are raised to a height of 2.5 feet, the shuttering is placed above the walls and concrete is poured onto it. Careful attention is paid to leave enough space for the scotting pan when nailing in the shuttering. Here, the scotting pan is carefully placed so that the two large holes open up to each of the cells below. It was encouraging to see how each member of the team took the responsibility for a specific task and enthusiastically contributed to the work at hand. As the tasks were divided among the team, a lot of time was saved during construction. These toilets are built at a higher elevation compared to the conventional ones. Therefore, it needs at least 3 steps. The team of masons is treated to a cup of tea and refreshments by the village folk. These intervals help to strengthen their team spirit and give them the opportunity to discuss the progress of their work and talk about various issues that came up during construction. Throughout the construction process, representatives of practical action were present to guide and advise them.
ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ ජල සම්පාදන හා ජලාපවාහන මණ්ඩලයත් සෙවණත ආයතනයත් සර්වෝදය ආයතනයත් තමයි මේ නියම ව්‍යාපෘතිය මෙහෙයුවේ. ඒ තුලින් ලැබුණු සාර්ථක ප්‍රතිඵල පදනම් කරගැනීමෙන් තමයි අපි මේ ව්‍යාපෘතිය තවදුරටත් ඉදිරියට ගෙනියන්නේ. දැනට අපි දිස්ත්‍රික්ක 10ක මේ ආකාරයේ වැසිකිලි ඉදි කරලා තියෙනවා. ඊටාම සාර්ථක ප්‍රතිඵල ලැබිලා තියෙනවා. විවිධ අසීරුතා තියෙන පරිසර තත්ත්වවල ඊටාමත් හොඳින් ක්‍රියාත්මක වෙන මේ වැසිකිලි ක්‍රමය අපි නිර්දේශ කරනවා ඊටමත් සුදුසු ක්‍රමයක් හැටියට ශ්‍රී ලංකාවට ගැලපෙන.
As the construction work reached its halfway mark, the enthusiasm of the team of masons gradually rose with it. While progress is made at the construction site, a part of the team prepares other necessary fixtures in an area nearby. This is an effective, time-saving method. After some time, the team found that they did not need frequent advice, as they gained more confidence on their own ability and understanding. The chamber of the eco-toilet is identical to that of a regular toilet. Even though this particular toilet has a concrete roof, it is also possible to use locally available material such as kajan, roof sheets or tiles for this purpose. The uniqueness of this type of toilet is that it stores the urine and fecal matter separately, in the same way that it is disposed separately from our bodies. While the fecal matter is collected in the two cells below the chamber, the urine and wash water is channeled separately into a shallow tank that is built close to the toilet. Next, two pipes are fitted into each of the two cells. Because these pipes are painted in black, they absorb the sunlight and conduct the gases into the air. This ensures that the gases do not remain inside the cells. There is a separate pipe that carries the urine and wash water from the toilet into a shallow tank that is built outside the unit. The flow of this tank is covered with a layer of bricks. It is necessary to ensure that there are no leakages in the pipe and that all the liquid waste is sent into the bottom of this shallow tank. Great care should also be taken when placing this cotton pan on the toilet floor, making sure that there is no room for leakages. A small hole can be built on the side of the toilet wall to drain out the water that is used to wash the toilet floor. Alternatively, it could also be directed into the shallow tank outside the toilet. The pipe that leads to the bottom of this shallow tank is sealed, and the end part of the pipe is punctured with tiny holes. Once the pipe is placed to the bottom of the shallow tank, the punctured end is covered with rubble or small stones. This ensures that the small holes in the pipe are kept open. The tank floor is then covered with sand, and the rest of the tank is filled with earth and made into a plant bed. The first cell that is set for use must be completely sealed with bricks, as shown here. The pipeline that is attached to the other cell needs to be temporarily closed to prevent unnecessary germs, insects, and other material entering the cell. The construction cost of an eco-sand toilet is about 60% of that of a conventional toilet. Once the plant bed is prepared, trees that have a high capacity to absorb water and emit vapor, such as papaw, banana, or canas, can be planted in it. This way, the liquid waste that is sent into this shallow tank is purified through the plant and sent into the atmosphere, and the tank is kept dry and free of any unpleasant smells. This is the result of new knowledge and dedicated teamwork. The success of the work is evident for all to see. It has brought a smile to their faces. The knowledge and experience gained by these villagers have strengthened and empowered them. We need to carefully consider the different technologies that we have inherited and choose what is best for our lives and the environment we live in.